some lights.
Yeah, can you hit the light switch right there, please? So we turn those lights on. How does it look?
You can pretty. That's better, yeah.
Okay. Let's give Michael another round of applause. Michael, before you begin, grab the clicker and make sure it works. Good.
When I was younger, I used to go outside every night. I'd finish my homework and I would look at the stars. But the thing is, I only looked at one particular star, just one. And when I looked at it, I always asked myself, I wonder if the person I was meant to spend the rest of my life with was looking at that same star. A lot of you don't have time to look at the stars now. You know, we work, we go to school, but the question is always there. Why is it so hard to find that special someone? Maybe you already have. Originally, marriage was a bond between two people who took an oath in front of whoever they worship to be together to love, hold, and cherish till death do their part. According to Jennifer Baker of the Force Institute of Professional Psychology, 50% of first-time marriages, 67% of second-time marriages, 74% of third-time marriages end in divorce. Through research, I and many others have found that there are three main instigators of a potentially great relationship. One being the unnecessary actions of the boyfriend or the husband. Second being the unnecessary actions of the girlfriend or the wife. Third being sex. And that is what I'm going to inform you about today. Although my mom raised me to be a gentleman and taught me, ladies first, I think it's only right that I start with the men. By definition, domestic violence is when one person in the relationship tries to control, dominate, or just lock down, in other words, the other member of the relationship, their spouse. And according to Dr. Martin Fieber, 20% of these abusers are in fact men. Kind of shocking. A perfect example would be the O.J. Simpson case. What he had did was he was arrested and tried for first-degree murder of his wife, along with one of her associates. Also, another good example would be the Chris Brown and Rihanna scandal, where Chris Brown allegedly had beat up, polarized the R&B girlfriend Rihanna. But although this is such a serious matter, infidelities in a relationship are a lot more common than domestic violence. Statistics have varied in 50 years and aren't always accurate because a lot of people who get interviewed on this subject seem to lie about it. It seems to be a real sensitive subject. But due to a recent poll by womensavers.com, it states that 60% of men in relationships do in fact cheat, and 17% of divorces in America are caused by these men cheating. Continuing on, although men do have, their tendencies to act up, a lot of you women can vouch for that, women also do have their fair share of why relationships end up failing. It's been researched that women aren't always satisfied with what they have, such as certain articles in teen magazines and other feminist magazines, such as 10 Ways to Train Your Man, or How to Turn That Wrong Guy into Mr. Right. A perfect example would be the Emmy Award-winning sitcom Family Matters, where one of the stars, Laura Winslow, she had lived next to a neighbor, nerdy and ever since the word, named Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel, though, was in character what women always want: someone loyal, gentleman, faithful, overall great guy. He just wasn't what women wanted physically. It wasn't until Steve Urkel had designed his invention, the transformation chamber, when he would insert a formula, walk in, and then step out as his alter ego, Stephon Arkell. And he was a suave, smooth gentleman that all the girls wanted, physically, mentally, emotionally, and everything. I say that to say this. A lot of women try to change their boyfriend into what they believe they deserve or what they want. but sometimes they're not always compatible. I conducted a survey and I asked a group of 10 women, has this ever happened to you where you have tried to change your boyfriend and you've been incompatible with them? 6 out of 10 have replied yes. I conducted a survey of another 10 group of women, asking, have you ever tried to change your man? Have you ever tried to change your boyfriend and the relationship ended up failing? 7 out of 10 have replied yes. A lot of women try to go from this to this, but it doesn't work out. I'm sure we're all familiar with Kanye West's song Gold Digger featuring Jamie Foxx, where in his lyrics he say, now I'm not saying she's a gold digger, she ain't messing with no broke nigga. Stating in the online video Financial Marriages, 32% of marriages end in divorce because of messed up finances. Mainly because either the man can't keep a job or he just doesn't have his finances in order, and a lot of women feel that as a husband or just their man should take care of them in financial matters. Sex is a huge influence in today's society. It's in everything from our music to our government, such as the Bill Clinton scandal. Statistics show that 3% of marriages end in divorce because the spouse isn't satisfied in sexual matters. I've interviewed a woman today named Oceana Lynch. And her response to the subject was, niggas can't keep it in their pants. Forgive me for the language. This does not say that it was okay. She was implying that men want too much sex, and if they're not going to get it from them, they'll find it somewhere else. That's one example of how too much sex can interfere in a relationship. I interviewed 2 other ladies, Tiffany Mata and Latrice Metley. They had responded, if we don't give it up sooner or later, they'll leave. They were implying that lack of sex can have a negative effect on a relationship. To conclude, the facts that I've given you today can indeed apply to both men and women, although the statistics may vary. These are the 3 main investigators of a potentially great relationship. The unnecessary actions of the husband or boyfriend, the unnecessary actions of the girlfriend or wife, and sex. So at any time, if you're standing out at night and you're looking at a single star, and you're wondering if that special person, their soulmate, is looking at that same exact star, why don't you try looking to the man next to you or woman next to you and ask them what they're looking at. Thank you.